There are nights when the wind carries memories, whispers of souls long gone. On such nights, the world feels fragile, as if one misplaced step could crumble reality itself. Tonight I will take you to a house that no one dares enter. A place where loneliness becomes alive and every shadow remembers your name. It started with a letter, folded and yellowed, written in delicate, trembling handwriting. The words seemed to reach across time, begging for someone to listen. Come to the house at the edge of the forest, it said. Curiosity outweighed fear, and I followed the winding, silent road, each turn pulling me deeper into the unknown. The house stood at the end of the road, larger and older than I had imagined, as if it had grown from the earth itself. The windows were black, reflecting not light, but something deeper, something that seemed to watch. The door opened slowly, creaking, and I stepped inside, swallowed by a silence that felt like a heartbeat. I could not sleep. The house seemed alive. Footsteps echoed in empty hallways. Shadows lingered where light dared not reach. Sometimes I thought I heard crying, not a child, not a woman, but a sound that carried all the grief of centuries. I wandered through the rooms, each holding a story of absence. Chairs covered in dust, photographs of strangers whose eyes seemed to plead silently. A mirror caught my reflection, but for a moment it was not mine. Another face stared back, hollow, sorrowful, waiting. The attic held relics of forgotten lives, dolls with cracked porcelain faces, journals with trembling script, letters never sent, photographs of people who once laughed here, now lost to time. One journal entry made my blood run cold. They come in the night, they watch and wait, and you will not leave. The air seemed to thicken, pressing against my chest, whispering faintly in a language my heart understood, even if my mind did not. That night, I saw them, shadows taller than men, stretching impossibly, moving against the grain of the house. Their eyes glowed faintly, not with anger, but with longing. The whispers became words I could almost understand, pleas, regrets, memories of lives cut short, echoing through the walls. I felt something brush against my hand, a coldness like loneliness incarnate. The shadows were not just dark. They were sorrow made flesh, reaching for me not to harm, but to remember, to share the pain of eternity. I ran, though the house seemed to fold around me. Hallways twisted into infinity, doors opened into voids of darkness. I could hear the whispers chasing me, soft and mournful, filling every corner of my mind. When I finally reached the road, the night seemed emptier than ever. The house stood behind me, silent but alive. I knew the shadows hadn't left me. They were in my memory, in my heartbeat, in the quiet spaces where fear lingers long after the night is gone. Sometimes when the wind carries a faint echo of a voice, I feel them near, watching, remembering, waiting. The house does not sleep, and neither do its memories. If you close your eyes tonight, listen carefully. You may hear the whispers, the sorrow, the longing of shadows that never rest. Sleep if you can, but know this: some loneliness never fades, and some stories never end.